So today I wanted to talk about the United Healthcare CEO assassination. Not necessarily the assassination itself because it's currently an ongoing investigation, but more so the reaction to the death of Brian Thompson. And the death of Brian Thompson has seemed to awaken an underground group of people. And not necessarily that this group of people were silent, completely silent to begin with, but now that one CEO has been killed and murdered, there seems to be a gravitation towards the idea that this should be the fate of all CEOs. This should be the fate of the entire system. This should be the fate of people who are in positions of power. Not only should they be physically attacked, like in the case of Brian Thompson, where he was murdered, but they're actively hoping and praying for the financial downfall of all of these people. And there is a certain aspect of jealousy and envy I think people need to be aware of. And by no means is the overall system perfect, and by no means are all of these CEOs perfect. But this idea that that should be met with just the broad destruction of everything is something that's really scary. And there seems to be a financial threshold where if you cross that threshold in terms of wealth and success, you immediately become a villain. Does not matter who you are, does not matter what your story is, does not matter what your character is as an individual human being, does not matter how poor you were growing up or how much you sacrificed in order to get to where you are. As long as they see a certain dollar sign, X amount of dollars, once you cross that threshold of wealth and success, you immediately become a villain. And one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about this today is because on behalf of all the people that are complaining within that group, there's a lot of hypocrisy. And there's really two main hypocrisies that I wanted to point out. The first one being that all of these people that are complaining, all of these people that are saying that the system is rigged and that capitalism is horrible and they hate these people that have wealth and that are in power and they want to see these CEOs destroyed. All of these people that are complaining, they are contributing to the problem. How are they contributing to the problem? Well, they go out and they buy all of their products. All the products of the CEOs they hate, they have in their own homes. They are putting money in their pockets. All of the things that we enjoy in America for convenience, all of the appliances, they go out, they buy their appliances, they go to their restaurants and they eat their food, they buy their vehicles, and once they're in their nice warm house with their bellies full, they turn around and they say, well, I hate all these CEOs and the system is rigged and they have too much money and we should dismantle them and we should, physically hurt them, if nothing else, destroy them financially. But there you are adding to the problem. For all you people out there that think that you're morally justified in saying all of these horrible things, in making these kind of threats and cheering on the death of Brian Thompson, you're contributing to the problem because you do not have enough self-control to stand up for what you believe in and actually boycott these companies. So you'll go out and you'll buy your $1,000 iPhone and you'll say, this is the greatest thing ever, and I'm going to spend all day, every day making hateful TikToks. And you go home, you open up the iPhone, and you get on Twitter, and you say, all of these horrible CEOs should be destroyed. All of these companies should be dismantled. Again, everything that you enjoy, behind it is some horrible rich person, some horrible wealthy person that had $1 million generational idea. And do you know why you have a platform? You know why you can get on Twitter and all these other platforms and say all this garbage? It's because of people like Elon Musk. It's because of people like Steve Jobs. It's because of people like Mark Zuckerberg. The same people that you turn around and hate on are the exact reasons why you have a platform to begin with. The second hypocrisy, I would say, is probably 75 to 90% of the people that are complaining about the wealth and success of others. Most of them, the vast majority of them, they would trade places with these people in a heartbeat if it meant that they got access to the wealth, to the money, to the fame, to the success, they would scoop it up in 0.2 of a second. They would love it. If you ask most of these people, would you rather be where you are right now financially, or would you rather be where that person is? One of these wealthy CEOs, they would say, I'd rather be where that person is. And they would accept it gladly. They would gladly accept it immediately. And let me give you an example of this, a non-business example, a disconnected example. In team sports, there can only be one champion. In baseball, there's only one pennant winner. There's only one Stanley Cup champion. There's only one NBA Finals winner. There's only one Super Bowl winner. One team, one organization every year. And people have been hating on sustained success ever since sports became a thing. And I'm really no different. Right now, I'm complaining about the Kansas City Chiefs. You know why? Because I get tired of seeing them win. I am tired of seeing Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid win. Now, I don't hate them individually like some people do. Like, I just hate Patrick Mahomes. I don't feel that way. I just get tired of seeing them win. I'm ready to see somebody else. And it's extremely frustrating when every single week they win, and they win by the skin of their teeth. 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, blocked field goals. They're blocking everybody else's field goals. They've somehow hit multiple game-winning field goals with multiple kickers in 1 year. It's ridiculous. It's like they cannot lose. And people complain about LeBron. People complain about Steph Curry and the Warriors when they got Kevin Durant. People are complaining about the Chiefs. And people complained about the New England Patriots for 20 years because it just seemed like they never lost. But there is one thing that is true, and this is true of like 99% of all sports fans. If the shoe was on the other foot, and it was their team that was having all the success, and it was their organization that kept on winning, they would not give a singular crap about what anybody else is saying. You know what they would say? They would say, you guys can go kick rocks because my team is the best. Your team, your organization, they're a bunch of losers. And all you guys do is complain. They would not care at all. And the same is true when it comes to wealth and success in business or just in life, really any domain. If the shoe was on the other foot, and if it was these people that are complaining, if they were the ones that were rich and wealthy, if they were the ones that were CEOs and they had access to all the wealth and all the women and all the money and all the fame and all the success and all these different things, if that was them, you know what they would be saying to us? They'd be saying, you guys can go kick rocks. You guys can take a long walk off a short pier because we don't care about anything you have to say. They would gladly choose that lifestyle. If you offered it to them, most of them would take it. They would scoop it up in a blink of an eye. And so when they turn around and they want to shake their fist at all of these rich and wealthy people, all I can really do is I'm just going to sit here and roll my eyes because I know that you guys would gladly accept that as well. You can't tell me that most of these people would say, oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want that much money. No, thank you. And then walk off, like they're some morally superior individual. And so the point in all of this is that it's not that they hate success. It's not that they hate money. They hate your money. They hate your success. They hate the fact that it's not their own. Because, again, for the 1,000th time, they would gladly accept it. And if they were in the same kind of position that all of these CEOs are in, they would say, who cares about all the complainers? I'm the one with all the money. My family's the one that's succeeding. They would overlook us the exact same way. And so a lot of this is just hollow. It's just jealousy. It's just envy. It's just hatred. And it's not going to solve anything. Like killing all the CEOs and destroying all of their businesses, the only thing that that's going to do, it's just going to make life harder on everybody, because now we can't enjoy all the things that we enjoy on a day-to-day basis. It's hollow. This complaining, this desire to see the downfall, this hoping and praying for the downfall of these individuals, it's hollow.